Since the dawn of time, man has been creating. Nowadays, everyone creates art. But before you could get any color t-shirt, make music on your phone, or even a pack of art supplies from the dollar store, human creation was bigger, bolder. Art was an homage to the gods, something to behold. Massive statues were erected, such as the Colossus of Rhodes, to honor the sun god Helios. Built from scrap left over from a war, this giant bronze statue stood for only 54 years before crumbling at the knees due to an earthquake. This statue was around 110 feet tall, similar to another modern Colossus. From heel to crown, Lady Liberty stands 111 feet tall, akin to the fate of the Colossus of Rhodes. One of her joints would crack, but she still stands, proving liberty can withstand anything, even the throes of war.
Yeah. That might be the new intro.
So we're talking about the Statue of Liberty today.
Yes. Welcome to our July drop.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's my July drop.
That's
Dropping a deuce on the gherkin.
Dropping a deuce on the Statue
Dropping a bomb on it. Oh no.
Okay.
Dude, I told my mom, I was like, I have $1 million idea, but it requires us moving to New York and buying a helicopter.
Dropping a gherkin on the Statue of Liberty.
Right, so it sounds bad when you think about it. But no, helicopter tours.
Yeah.
So you can be at the torch without being on the torch.
Yeah, but remember what happened in New York?
Yeah, so my mom goes, yeah, they used to do those, but they stopped them after 9/11.
Yeah, I figured
and I said, oh,
yeah, I figured they probably did.
So we will talk about 9/11.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wanted to mention the Colossus of Rhodes because that bitch was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it was also smaller. It was like one of the first colossi, and which are just big fucking statues that they said, let's build a big person. Which they're actually Statue of Liberty, like from like 1 to 100. Where on the scale do you think the Statue of Liberty falls? Like in size wise?
Oh, size wise, probably like 50.
It's at like a 20.
Dang, yeah.
There are so many bigger fucking statues.
Okay, yeah. So are colossals any big statue ever, or did it start like when, like around this time?
So basically,
because like is like the pyramids technically a colossal?
So I believe a colossus has to be a person.
Okay, so like
so the Sphinx
is
just technically a colossus.
Yes, that's what I was just gonna ask.
There are 2 colossi of Memnon, I believe, in Egypt.
Okay.
That they are the official like colossi of Egypt. But the Sphinx is widely considered a colossi.
Do the Easter Island heads technically count?
Oh, I don't see why they wouldn't. Yeah, but that's actually a good question.
Yeah, we should look into that.
Yeah,
we'll do that for our Easter episode.
Right. But there's a lot of like, I wish I could remember.
The one in Brazil. Yes, in Rio.
Yep.
That one is. There's also big, huge one in like China or something.
Yes. The biggest one I believe is in India.
Yes.
That, and it's fucking huge.
Yes.
It's like 600 meters or something.
Yes.
Like massive. Yeah. Lady Liberty is only like 80 meters.
Yeah.
For the
but is it from the
whole thing?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
No, because I was like, because I couldn't figure out
if the scale was just her.
They have a total breakdown of each individual piece of her. Right. Like how thick her tablet is.
Well, I remember seeing that in there. I just didn't know if that had like if the colossals also went with like if it was just like from the structure or like the actual like base of it too. So.
I think because it was a we'll find out how it was put together.
Right.
But because it was the pedestal was part of the art project. Yes. I believe it all counts as the statue.
That makes sense. She's got to have something to stand on.
Yeah. She's got to stand on that business.
Yeah. Story for another day.
So from 1875 to 1886, Frederic August Bartholdi and Gustave Eiffel, yes, that Gustave Eiffel.
Oh yeah, Gustavo Rock.
Yep. built the statue while America was in charge of creating the pedestal. The giant masterpiece would be a symbol for how countries can come together in the age of liberty. The sculpture was designed to change the perspective of liberty. At the time, liberty was perceived as violence towards liberation, while Bartholdi wanted to show that liberty could unite us, hence the official name, Liberty Enlightening the World. Once the statue was erected, it stood on Bedloe's Island, now called Liberty Island, renamed in 1956, and it was the first thing immigrants would see on their way to Ellis Island. People were allowed to climb up the industrial stairs all the way to the crown, and then, if you were physically fit enough, this was a little piece I didn't get to include because it was last-minute information I found, if you were physically fit enough and had like a maintenance job where you often climbed ladders, you were allowed up to the torch.
Gotcha.
But, because I saw a thing about like, oh, imagine being in fucking Victorian clothing in 1890 trying to climb up that ladder.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was just the macho men.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, you could climb up the 40-foot ladder through the arm to the torch observation deck. The deck is around 36 square feet, enough room for 15 people.
All right.
The deck offered a 360-degree view of the harbor, a view that no one has seen for over 100 years.
Oh.
So, yeah, we're going to talk about the Statue of Liberty, and then we're going to talk about liars, because I have a problem with liars. So, remember when I said 10 seconds ago that we talk about liars? Well, this is the time. You know that relative who says, oh yeah, I went to the torch in 1980, and you get a little mad because you'll never get to go up there? Well, you can shut them up, because unless they are an employee of the National Park Service or they're over 100 years old, they have not been to the torch. The torch has been closed since 1916 due to sabotage.
Sabotage.
In the early 1900s, World War I was raging across Europe. President Woodrow Wilson wanted to remain uninvolved until the Lusitania was sunk with American passengers on board. Wilson began investigating potential espionage in the States. On July 30th, 1916, 2 million pounds of munitions headed to the Allies in Europe were ignited by spies. These munitions were in freight cars along Black Tom Island, positioned directly across from Lady Liberty. The fire from munitions spread to a nearby 100,000 pounds of dynamite, which exploded, causing everything in a 25-mile radius to shake. It was classified as a 5.5 on the Richter scale, which would be a moderate earthquake, but historians would consider it to be the most detrimental terrorist attack in America until 9/11.
Well,
people on Ellis Island, described the blast, saying that they were thrown from their chairs and shattered glass fell from everywhere. The Statue of Liberty was hit with shrapnel, as well as her torch shifted into the crown.
Oh.
Yeah, like I was trying to figure out, like, because I was like, it can't move that much. But no, it has like a 5 to 6 inch sway radius because of the wind, and it moved like 6 feet.
Sway Radius is a really good band name.
No, you're right. That's actually
Yeah.
They're like techno funk jazz.
Yeah.
A lot of beeps. I feel like they need a lot of beeps.
Okay, Mom.
Yeah.
Speaking of my mother, who claimed that she went to the torch.
Shame.
Yeah. I don't think she did, but I don't think she said that, but she probably did.
So after the arm shifted into the crown, it created severe structural integrity problems. The torch has been closed since then, and even after replacing the torch in 1986, it remains closed due to the integrity of the arm. But let's be real. Do you want to climb up a narrow 40-foot ladder encased in copper to stand on a tiny deck 300 feet above the harbor with barely any guardrails? I don't know. I would do it to say I've done it, but I might cry in the process.
That was me going to Six Flags and going on the 400
Oh my god.
foot high swings or whatever. Did it once, never will do it again. I survived.
No, I didn't mind that one.
I didn't mind it, but
okay.
like we're up there 400 feet in the air. My dad goes, yeah, if a bolt just came out, we'd die.
No,
Yeah, he said
I
that.
would kill him.
Oh, yeah,
I would push him off.
Oh, it was bad. It was real bad. I was like, why would you say this to me?
Me and...
I was like 17 too.
me and the person that I used to hang out with
Yeah.
was we went to Six Flags for like Halloween or something, one of those things.
Yeah.
And we went on the swings, and I was like, oh, that wasn't too bad. And she's like, okay, now, so you're okay with that? Let's go on Superman.
Oh, no.
Where's the correlation?
Literally.
And so I'm on the outside.
Oh.
There's no railing whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's literally a bar and a seat. And I'm like, I can put my arm out, and there's a whole lake, and I'm like about to piss my pants, and I'm like strapped into the high heavens. I'm freaking out. She gets off. She was like, that was so much fun. And I was like, I came off the Demonator.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
Yeah. The Demonator.
Yeah, that's what I think of. Anyway.
Yes.
So back to liars. Because they might genuinely think they went to the torch when they were kids. After doing some research, this seems to be a Mandela effect.
Yeah.
But here's my theory. Most people went to the statue for a class trip or with their parents, aka they were pretty young. Those stairs blend together even for an adult, so I can imagine as a kid you're not paying attention. Let's even remove the being a kid concept. You're on vacation, you're running around, excited to see everything, and you're not paying attention to how far up you're going. You reach the top, you get to look out, and you're just like, yep, this is the top, pretty high up. And then when you leave, your brain might just be saying, I went to the highest point on the Statue of Liberty. And you might eventually just assume you went all the way to the torch. The best way to determine if someone has actually been to the torch, they haven't, but let's give them the benefit of the doubt, is to ask how they got up there. Most people describe a spiral staircase, taking a group photo, and seeing the view, which is just a description of the crown. The torch deck does not have enough room for group photos, and the way up is a 40-foot ladder, not stairs, which some people say it's 20 feet, some people say it's up to 54 feet.
Jeez,
And
that's
I'm
kind of a
like-
big discrepancy.
Right? And I'm like, it's the length of her arm, which is like 40 feet.
Right.
But that would make sense.
Yeah.
But apparently it goes up into the interior of the torch, and there's
Yeah.
a torch room with an observatory deck. I did not know that. I thought that it just went straight up to the deck.
Yeah, no, I feel like I saw that in the thing.
Yeah, very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Also, if someone tries to tell you that Alfred Hitchcock was allowed on the torch for his movie Saboteur, that was a soundstage, dumbass.
LOL.
That being said, I did find a lot of stuff that people were like, this is a group photo I have of me on the torch with my family. And people are like, hey, so that's a replica of the torch in Oklahoma.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh.
So, like, there are a lot of replicas of the
Yes.
Statue of Liberty across the world. And, like, if someone's like, I've been to the torch, and they're like, I have a picture. Yeah. Oh,
Right, let me text my mom right now and see if she'll answer by the time we finish this episode. But she said she's been on it, but I obviously don't think she's been to the torch, but I also think she was young and, like, she probably only had, like, a digital camera from, like, this was, like, in the 90s, so she probably had, like, a digital camera. Obviously, she didn't have an iPhone, so there's, like, she probably doesn't have those photos anymore anyway, so it's,
Right.
like, for her to be like, well, we went there, like, it's just a bad memory that she has of it, like.
Right. So, long story short, due to the explosion on Black Tom Island during World War I, no one can go to the torch anymore, and anyone who says they've been there is either lying for attention or misremembering.
Exactly.
Also, if you went to the Statue of Liberty between 2001 and 2004, no, you didn't, liar.
Yeah.
So, little fun fact.
I obviously didn't.
Little fun fact, after 9/11, they closed the Statue of Liberty completely. They closed
Yeah.
the island for 100 days. And then you were allowed back on the island. And then the statue wasn't reopened until 2004. But the crown was not reopened until 2008.
Wow.
The crown was closed for 7 years after 9/11.
That makes sense, though.
It makes sense, but it's also like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that's so long. But it was because they looked at the crown and they said, yeah, if something similar to that happened here, yeah, no one's making it out.
Yeah.
Because there's no safety equipment. I think they installed, like, elevators or something.
Yeah, they had that elevator.
And then,
Elevator.
a lot of people were like, oh, they replaced the torch again in 2018. No, they
I
fucking
never
didn't.
heard of that.
No, they fucking didn't. That's when they put the old torch in the museum gallery.
Right.
People are so frustrating.
Yeah.
Read the headlines right. Anyway.
Yeah.
So don't listen to liars about the Statue of Liberty. But we can't lie because we've been there.
Yay!
That was a good segue.
Yeah, it was. So yeah, now I'm going to talk about our experience going to the Statue of Liberty and Maddie making me go up all those stairs. Now, it really wasn't bad. I thought we were going to the Crown, so I was so scared. I was like, we walked 3 days in New York for Gov Ball. My legs hurt. Now we have to climb all these stairs. I was freaking out. But it was honestly fine. So after we took an hour and down a wrong one way to get to our parking spot to get to the Statue of Liberty, we finally get to the ferry entrance or whatever, because you have to take a ferry over to Statue of Liberty, and then it goes to Ellis Island as well. So we obviously went over to Ellis Island and we took a little tour of that, but we didn't have a ton of time over there. But yeah, the TSA over there, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, they have pretty high security over there as well. But we got to go on our little boat ride. We sat up at the top. We got to watch everything. That was fun.
I saved a small child from being kidnapped.
Well, that was on the way back. But
no,
yes.
You're right.
But
we'll
yes. We get over this. I thought they weren't going. I thought it was going to go to Ellis Island first. I was like, what is happening? And then we get to the Statue of Liberty. And making our way up there, and each like 10 steps or so you get like a platform and it tells you like, oh, you have like 20 steps to go, whatever. So we stopped at the 67 step. There's 67 steps left.
Everyone stopped.
Yeah,
there was 7.
There was so many children going 6 7 6 7,
and it would echo up the stair chamber.
And so I obviously took a picture at it because I'm 12 years old. But yeah, it was great. We got to the top of the pedestal, and we're taking pictures, and we're doing our thing, and I have both of my glasses. I have my regular glasses and my sunglasses with me, and I have my glasses like hooked to my shirt and my sunglasses on, and we're like, oh, let's take a picture. And then there's like some dad that's there, and he's like, oh, do you want me to take a picture of you guys like together? And we're like, yeah, that'd be great. And then he ends up giving us our phone back. We're about to go, and I turn, and my glasses fall off of me, and we're literally an inch away from falling through the crack of the pedestal onto the ground 700 feet below us.
Yep.
So that was terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it's only 150 feet.
You know what I mean, though.
I guess I do.
Yeah, so, yeah, but I loved it. That was cool. And then we tried to take pictures of us, like, at the pedestal.
Yeah.
We look like an ant. Like, it's so huge. It's actually massive.
Yeah, and I always remember people being like, oh, well, it's not that big. Because I feel like people talk about it being as big as the pyramids and stuff.
Right.
And then so people are like, well, it's not that big. And then you actually get to it and you're like, that's pretty big.
Right? I mean, not that I've been to the Eiffel Tower or anything, or like any other big monument like that, but it's pretty huge. I can't even imagine.
Large.
Yeah. So
also the sheeting, I read this 1,000,002 times. The copper sheeting that she is made out of, is around the thickness of 2 pennies.
Oh,
she's thin.
Yeah.
But also the patina, the green patina, which you probably know this, is actually a protective casing, which is why she's lasted so long and hasn't corroded. Yeah. Because all the iron in her interior had to be replaced. Right,
yeah. So for those of you who don't know about why she's green, is obviously she was made out of copper, and then oxidization happened, which then made her turn green. Like Blake Lively's dress at the Met Gala.
Yeah.
So just for everyone's tidbit. And then we went through the little museum part, like in the statue. They have like the actual.
I loved.
No, that was so cool. They have like a little walkthrough tour. They have like some audio stuff going on, and a bunch of pictures of things. That was more on the actual like structural, like whatever his name is.
Bertoldi.
Bertoldi, yeah. That was more on like Bertoldi and his like actual designs and the blueprints and a lot of that stuff. My mom just answered. I said, did you go to the torch? And she goes, oh geez, I was like 12. I don't fully remember, but I think we did. So
see, my theory is right.
If you're listening to this, Mom, you know you didn't.
Yeah, so are we.
But anyway, yeah, so I think that was cool. That was more like Bertoldi. And then when you get out of there, you can go across to, which I thought was the library, but it was more of the museum. And that's more of like, we went to that little theater. You can watch the actual like video of them talking about the history of it. And like, that's more of like I feel like that's more of like the children's educational version of it because it's less like reading. It's more of just like a visual.
I also felt like the video summed up what was in the actual museum under the Statue of Liberty. That piece. Yes. That video was kind of like, if you didn't go over there, watch this video.
Yes, I agree. And then in that little like library room museum area, like not in the Statue of Liberty, that's where they had like the actual structural pieces, like some of the like molding and a lot of the like we saw the giant foot.
Yeah, I think it's a size
200. Oh yeah, it was like 832.
Yeah, 879. 879.
Yeah.
U.S. women's size. Shut the fuck up.
I said to my mom, fun fact, you didn't. I'll explain more to her later. But yeah, so
unless she was Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah, literally. Unless she bribed somebody.
Yeah.
She definitely went to the Crown.
Yeah.
For sure. So yeah, we didn't get to go to the Crown because that was an extra however much money.
No, it was just because it was sold out. It's the same price.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah,
I thought it was more money. I thought it was like $10 more. Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
And then so then we saw the Bigfoot, and then we saw she said, okay, I don't know. I don't remember. Okay. She's getting mad at me. I'm sorry.
You're rage baiting her.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Say sorry for rage baiting you, Mom.
Yeah, I will. Right now. Sorry for rage baiting. Love you. And then so then we saw that, and then we go over, and then you saw the torch part. That was like the original.
For those of you who aren't seeing us because we're not on video at all right now, I just did a Yahtzee motion.
Yeah,
because the torch is so fucking cool.
So she actually went up to some guy that was like our buddy. Our friend, I don't remember his name, but
I don't either.
Shout out to that man that he was like
the information booth.
Yeah, basically. And she was talking to him about the torch. You want to talk about that part because you spoke to him?
Yeah. So basically, he was the one who put me on to the explosion at Black Tom. He said, because I said, I was like, I know that like the crown and the pedestal are ticketed. Like I know how that all works. Has anyone gone to the torch? And he's like, not since 1916 because of an explosion that damaged Lady Liberty's arm. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting. And I turned to Hannah and I said, I'm turning that into a pod topic.
Yeah.
And so that's where I got the idea for this. This guy was really cool, and he gave us a lot of information on how that was the kind of start of America's involvement in World War I.
Yeah. There was a part of that like inner museum in the actual Statue of Liberty where they had a whole section about I didn't really catalog this. I was going to do more like research on it, but I totally like forgot about this because I knew you were doing more of a research part on this episode. But like how she was used in like propaganda and like advertising, and I wanted to talk about like her marketing of it all, of like companies are using her likeness for marketing things and all of that, and it was just, it gets like muddy with like copyright and things and all of that. I didn't look into it, but yeah, it was just interesting.
Is she in the Creative Commons yet?
She has to. Creative Commons.
Is that what that is?
I don't think that's what it's called.
What is it called?
Oh, I don't remember. Public domain.
Like public domain.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She is definitely past her 70 years in the public domain, but I'm sure they redid her licensing.
Are we gonna steal the Statue of Liberty's website?
Yes. Info dump of Liberty.
Info dump of Liberty.
Yeah. And then we moseyed our way over to Ellis Island,
which was very cool, but we didn't get to stay there long.
No, we were only there for a little bit. We did the audio tour, which was confusing
as hell. I was like, am I fucking stupid?
Yeah, because she was like, go to 101 and it'll start reading things for you. No, it didn't. It was just talking about what was in there, but was not reading any of the... I thought it was going to read what was being displayed, but it was more of just like, this is what's in this room. And then you had to read the other things on the wall too. Like, it just wasn't clear of what was happening. So
instead of just absorbing the information that was in the museum, now you had something speaking into your ear that you also had to absorb that was
Yes.
completely different from what was going on.
right, they'd be like, this room is the post room where they would get dropped off, but then there was like pictures of like maps and stuff.
Yeah.
And you were like, okay, well, helpful but not helpful.
Yeah, like I'm glad to know this, but also shut the fuck up for a second.
Right? Like, yeah, I was kind of hoping it was more of like an actual audio tour of like, you are in this room. This is exactly what happened, and this is what's on the wall, and this is what it says. Like,
Right.
but it was still very cool and very informational.
Yeah.
So we did a little bit of that, and then we were kind of moseying our way around. So we went upstairs, and we took a look in some of the rooms, and we were reading about like the medical processes of like them getting in here, and like how they like were written on, like their clothes were written on in chalk of like this, you were good to go, or you had to have a second exam. Like
you had this ailment.
Right, they had 6 seconds to test and see if someone was good enough to like not have a second round of testing. And it just was so like concentration camp-esque. It was crazy. Yeah. So
yeah, very cataloged, like people getting cataloged as cattle.
Yes, it was so, and like
cattle,
just the craziness of like how it's still like immigration to this country has still been the same way for the most part of like it's just
which
terrifying.
It's crazy because in reading about the Statue of Liberty, there was something about how immigration fundamentally changed when the government started taking over in the late 1800s.
Yeah.
And how the Statue of Liberty was kind of like a double-edged sword at that point.
Yeah.
It's very interesting how quickly the Statue of Liberty became a double-edged sword.
Yeah. Well, that's what kind of where I was going with my marketing piece of that, of like how she's supposed to be this liberation symbol, but people are using it as like just propaganda and things of like their marketing, and like Levi's jeans had like, it's just like just crazy of like how that symbol is so like important to the foundation of this country, and people are just, oh, you buy my jeans, like it's
literally
just, it's just
buy
weird.
My insurance,
liberty as I'm a customer of Liberty Mutual, liberty boobity. Yeah, so I texted my mom a picture of the Statue of Liberty from like a really funny angle, and she was like, I was like, guess where I am? She goes, I don't know. And then I sent it to my dad. My dad goes, liberty bibbity.
Yep.
So you go.
But that being said, let's chit chat about the rest of our day real quick.
Yes.
Because even if not, we'll snip it and then use it for something else.
Right.
And I need to talk about the baby.
Yeah, real quick.
So we went on the ferry to get back after Ellis Island because we wanted a chicken Caesar wrap, as you do.
Oh, it was so gas.
That thing was fucking fire.
We should have got another one.
Demolished that. Remember when we were like, we should have only got one, and now you're like, we should have gotten a third?
Yeah, because we were full then, but like we could have had another one for, like,
you're
later.
Right.
They were gas.
But okay, so we get on the ferry for a second time, and everyone's being like, shepherded into the different doors.
Right.
And so there's this woman being like, there's two doors, and so we start walking to the other door, and there is a dad with a little baby in front of us, and she's maybe 3,
right, like a toddler.
Yeah, like just able to walk, like, I don't know why he wasn't holding her hand.
He was like on his phone.
Yeah. And so she is listening to the authority figure apparently, and goes through the other door. And so
she's in front of us.
And so we're basically following her, and I'm like, wait, no, go with dad. And so I just put my hands on her shoulders and I start herding her back to her father. and I find him, and I'm like,
child,
baby, here you go. And he's like, oh, thank you.
He acted like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And I'm like, I could have stolen that baby, and she was so cute.
No, she was adorable. I could have put her on, right in my lap, and like, this is mine. I'm taking her home.
We are a lesbian couple. We surrogated her.
No, because she would have been.
We're a lesbian couple that needed a surrogate.
She would have been safer with us. I'm sorry.
No,
he didn't even know where she was. No, it's okay. There were so many people there.
So after that,
he also had another kid with him, I think. I think he had his son with him or something.
But yeah, so after that, I got baby fever, and it hasn't gone away, and Navy's gotten pretty stressed about it.
Well, Anyway, segue now. After
so
that,
then we went to Madame Tussauds,
yeah,
where they birth wax figures. That's the segue.
yeah, and mind you, Madame Tussauds, they don't care what you bring in there.
Oh my
They
god.
do not care
Let's
what
not say that quite.
No,
Let's
but
not-
like,
let's not get people bringing weird shit. In Madame Tussauds.
no. But I'm just saying we had pepper spray because it was New York.
We're in New York, yeah.
And we're just trying to be safe, and we had a sandwich with us, and we were just like, could you just hold on to this? And they're like, no, you can bring it right in.
Yeah, we had because the website says no outside food or drink, no weapons, no
Yeah.
nothing. There's even metal detectors.
Also, Maddie's reading all of these places we're going to, Govball included. She's reading all the restrictions. Can't bring this, can't bring that. Every person at Govball brought whatever you could not bring. Every person, like, Madame Tussauds did not care that we had our food with us.
Right, and I'm over here. I'm just trying to make sure that my shit doesn't get taken.
Yeah.
Because I know
No,
as
yeah.
soon as I bring that stuff,
No, yeah.
it's gonna get taken, and then the person behind me is gonna fucking bring theirs in, and they're not gonna care.
Madame Tussauds was great. We did that tour. I was quizzing Maddie and all the people.
We got mad at each other for a hot minute.
Yeah,
That was really funny
it was-
because I was feeling real dumb at one point, and I just couldn't handle the pressure.
and I was like, you know what, it's
and I
fine.
wasn't giving it up.
I was like, I'm sorry. I will stop asking you then, okay?
And then I'm like, well, I don't want you to stop asking. I just want you to be nicer about it.
I was like, I'm sorry, but I just... what was it, Bad Bunny? Bad Bunny really got us.
J Balvin.
She kept going, that's J Balvin, and I said, it's Bad Bunny. It's J Balvin. I'm
No,
like,
it's definitely J Balvin.
it was Bad Bunny. It said it.
Did we find?
Yes, it was on the wall. I took a picture of
Oh,
it.
that was the room that we found the wall.
Yes.
Because the other room we didn't check the wall.
No, we didn't. Anyway, I feel like we're approaching our 35-minute limit
definitely.
real quick. So
anything else from? The Knicks.
Well, yeah. So that was the big part. I don't know if any.
Talk about the speakeasy.
We will. Let me do my transition. Okay. So, as you guys know, this past month, we did Gatreon over on our Patreon, and we did our whole Govball recap and talked about all of that. And I segued into this drop for everyone over at Gatreon about our story about the Knicks. So, for those of you who don't know what happened, you live under a rock. No, I'm just kidding. But basically, the Knicks were in the playoffs for the first time in like 40-something years.
Really? I didn't know it was that stat.
Yeah, it was like the last time they were in the playoffs was years ago. So that was the biggest deal ever. Like, that was why it was such a big deal. And so they were in the playoffs for the first time ever in years. And then Trump was also at the game. And we didn't know any of this. We just saw people with Knicks jerseys all weekend at Govball, and people were like, "Oh, the Knicks that." We're just like, okay, it's a basketball game. Like, they're just okay, whatever.
Yeah, they do be playing.
Right, like, we just didn't think it was a playoffs, and we didn't realize it was like the playoff game and all these things. And so after Madame Tussauds, we're like, let's go to some speakeasies. Let's go check out what's in town or whatever. So we're by Times Square, obviously. Yeah, we didn't know Madison Square Garden was less than a block away from there. So we're walking around, and everyone's like outside of bars, like watching the screens, like standing outside. And we're just like, oh, okay, whatever. We're walking through, and we're going to this one speakeasy that Maddie recommended. And I start seeing barricades being put up on the streets and cops everywhere. I mean, I was like, cops are usually everywhere in New York, but like there was so many cops. So I'm like looking, and they're barricading the roads, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna have a parade if they win, like they do with like the football and stuff in like Boston when the Patriots win, and blah 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 blah. And then it took me 30 seconds, and I flipped my thinking, and I go, if they lose, we're gonna be killed. We're gonna be trampled to death. So I said, we just gotta go home right after this. So then we get to the speakeasy, if you want to talk about the speakeasy real quick.
Yes. So we go to a speakeasy. It's called Patent Pending.
It was wicked cute.
It was adorable. So I had looked up some speakeasies prior to this, and it just so happened that one was the closest one. And all I knew was that it was a speakeasy, and it was like all like sultry vibes, you know, if that's the right word, like all dim lighting and you know, speakeasy. And so so I'm like, okay, and it had the word patent in the name, and I was like, that's cute. So we head there, and we're outside the building, and there's a sign on the wall on the main building that says the Radio Wave Building. This is the building that Nikola Tesla lived in. And I'm like, wait a fucking minute. And so then we're looking at this like basement entrance thing that says Patent Coffee, which is a coffee shop that's closed. And we're both kind of like,
They definitely were watching us that whole time.
Absolutely. And so we're looking at the door, and we're like, well, it says it's closed. and like, but this is a speakeasy, so I do a quick googly goog, and it says go into the coffee shop.
Well,
And then
originally it said it was in the Radio Wave building or whatever, and so right next to the door to the coffee shop is like a lobby for the building. It's like an apartment building now, and there was a guy sitting at the front desk. So I was like, do I have to go in there and then ask him? Like, was it like that? But it was like a buzzer system, and you had to have like the codes and everything. So I was like, it's not that.
Right. And so then I noticed that there's a fucking rock in the door. It's being held open, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's just in here. So we walk in to this pitch black coffee shop,
Yeah.
and there's just a tiny lady in the back who goes, table for two? And we're like, yeah. Yep. So she takes us back, and it's this little room in the back. And I start reading the menu, and I'm like, why is there a fucking taxidermied pigeon hanging from above us? I start looking around, and I read the menu. Oh my God, this is a Nikola Tesla themed speakeasy.
It was really cool. I don't know not much about Tesla, but
I have his picture on my wall.
I don't know much about the Gaga song. I don't know
much about Gaga.
What the fuck? I like some of the Gaga songs.
I like some of the Tesla inventions.
I like some of the Tesla Model X's. I'm just kidding. I hate Elon. I was making fun of him at Madame Tussauds. Anyway.
But yes, so super cute. They did have a pigeon that was the exact like breed and like feather pattern as the one that
and
Tesla fell in
the
love
bartender knew too. He was like, because you like Googled, we were talking about like pigeon weddings or something, and the bartender like chimed in.
Yeah.
He was like, are you guys good?
Yeah, no, because pigeon weddings, sometimes you just gotta have a wedding.
No, he thought we were funny. He was like, oh, you guys know like the Tesla lore.
Yeah, no, fucking love Tesla. Fuck Edison.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, and they had the bulbs too.
Yeah, they did not have Edison bulbs, it was like, it was making me fucking nut my pants because every single place that has fancy lighting uses Edison bulbs, and they specifically did not have Edison bulbs.
Yeah, no, it was like very, like whoever thought of it had every detail like perfectly aligned.
And and the menu was an engineering notebook.
Yeah, it was wicked cute, and they were all like, spark your electricity.
Yeah,
like,
all the names were all fun.
Yeah, proton, neutron,
strange magic,
electrons. Yeah, it was all like cutesy little things.
Your drink had yogurt.
Yeah, my drink had Chobani on it. It's jeans.
It was actually Faye.
Oh, sorry. Put Faye on my jeans. Yeah.
Put elote on my jeans.
Maddie got an elote per fade.
An elote per fade.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway. We never talked about that in the golf ball one, but that's okay. Anyway, it's like midnight, and we're the last two people in there because I had to chug my yogurt drink, my protein shake. It was getting gross towards the end, but anyway, as we're leaving, we get out of there. There's a bar right next to us that had the game playing. There was 15 seconds left in the game, and they were Knicks were losing. It
was 111 San Antonio, 108 Knicks.
Yep, and there was like 15 seconds in overtime as well.
And I turned to Hannah and I go, we gotta fucking go.
So we're like, shit. So we start going in the opposite direction for a minute.
Yes, that did happen.
No, and then we start freaking out. And then we turn the corner and we start seeing like a gaggle of cops with helmets and batons. And we're like, oh, Lola. We gotta go. And we're seeing people already starting freaking out because they're like already like, it's neck and neck at this point.
Yeah.
So we're running. We thank God make it to our subway, like make it down into the subway and get all the way back to where we need to go. But we got stuck in traffic for forever.
But we got to the subway.
Oh yeah.
And we get down there and we pay for it and then we go, fuck, we're supposed to go uptown. This is downtown.
Yep.
And so then another guy comes down and he goes, is this downtown or uptown?
Yeah.
And we said, oh, this is downtown. We need to go uptown. And he's like, no, I need to go uptown. And we said, we're going to ride this down one stop, cross over, and then get back on the other one.
Right. It didn't. No, I know. He was like, that's not going to work. But it does. Sometimes, like, I've done that in Boston.
Yeah.
Like, some subways you can only get into one side, yes. Yeah. But, like, there's other ones that you can cross the sides.
Yeah.
So, like, it worked. It happened to be the next stop. It worked.
Yeah, it worked out for us.
So then we get back to our hostel, and I'm Googling everything. I'm like, what happened in New York? Like, what happened while we were on our drive home? People were burning jerseys in the middle of Times Square, having full-on fistfights with everybody. This one woman was getting, like, trampled to death in a video that I saw. Like, holy crap, we escaped in mere minutes.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
That was crazy. Gotta love New York.
Wild.
And then Mom Donnie had it all cleaned up by 8 a.m.
No, literally,
So,
Mom Donnie on my jeans.
Mom Donnie on my jeans. I love that man. Actually, celebrity crush for real.
Yeah.
Actual genuine celebrity crush, Mom Donnie.
Yeah.
I love that man so much. He is so wholesome.
Yeah.
I saw his knees for the first time.
That's hot.
Isn't that crazy?
That's wild.
Yeah.
Scandalous lady. But yeah, so that was our day in New York City.
New York. Every 5 minutes,
Concrete
I kept saying
jungle,
that.
wet dream tomato.
Literally. But yeah, I mean, more story about our GovBall and our Karens at GovBall on the Patreon if you want to hear that. But that was our day in New York, and then we spent 900 hours the next day trying to get bagels.
Yeah, that was a process.
Yeah, but
someone needed dumplings, and then the dumpling store vanished.
The dumpling store dead ass vanished because I don't know where it went.
Yeah, and then so then we had to acquire dumplings from another spot.
Did you never told me how they were?
Oh, they were good.
They were
I split them with Avi that night, and Avi woke up the next morning with incredible heartburn.
Yeah, oh yeah, me too.
Like miserable heartburn.
But did they not taste like toasty Cheez-Its?
They were pretty.
They taste like Cheez-Its.
Okay, I can see it.
I was getting a Cheez-It vibe.
But yeah, they were tasty. But Avi didn't think that they were good enough for the level of heartburn he received.
I agree. No, I completely agree.
I didn't get that bad heartburn from them. I think I like scraped off most of the spicy stuff.
It wasn't even spicy.
Yeah, well, I still.
Yeah, like it was like peppers or whatever.
Yeah, like all that stuff.
Yeah, it was like red pepper flakes.
Yeah,
or whatever, but
she the heartburner.
Yeah, true. No, yeah. But yeah, it was not spicy for me as the whitest person ever, and I don't like spicy things, so I enjoyed them.
I don't think I'm the whitest person ever anymore because I got so fucking tan from GovBall.
Yeah, I didn't, other than my back, because I just forgot to put.
My stems even got some color, dude.
Your stems?
My stems.
Oh,
my
yeah.
little Legos.
I was like, what does that mean? Yeah. Well, thank you for listening to our July drop. We thought it was appropriate. Because Statue of Liberty and 4th of July, and her little tablet says July 4th, 1776.
And
so, you know.
After a superstorm, there was a superstorm in like 2008 or something.
Okay.
And the Statue of Liberty was closed.
Hurricane
and they
Katrina?
reopened her. No. I think it was Superstorm Sandy.
Sandy was like 2011.
Maybe. Okay. But it wasn't Hurricane Sandy. They said it was Superstorm Sandy, which was weird. But anyway,
whatever.
They reopened her specifically for July 4th.
Oh.
So yeah, pretty wholesome.
Cool tidbit. Well, thank you for listening to our July drop. And like I said, go check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/thedumpster by InfoDrop for anyone who is curious. We're also on all of our social media platforms as InfoDump on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter/X, YouTube, obviously. I mean, I know you're listening to this on Spotify, but we also have YouTube for our videos. And I mean, our drops are on there too, but you know. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And catch you next one. Bye.
Bye.